Hey there YouTube, Brian here again. Today I'm going to show you how to take apart the interior. This is a 2015 WRX. This also works in 12 plus Impreza and 13 plus Crosstreks. Alright, as you can see, here's the interior. I'm going to go over how to take the center console apart, shift bezel off, glove box, stereo bezel, these plastic pieces. I'm going to show you also where to run some wire if you're installing an amp and speakers. So let me go ahead and put this on my head. Really the only two things you need is a small flathead and just a standard size Phillips screwdriver. I'm going to start by taking the center console off. So take this little paper out, and there's two Phillips in there. Go ahead and remove the two Phillips. Alright, so once you got those off, you can just pull them out of the hole and leave them in there. Now the next thing is to get the shifter boot off. So if you pull from the side over here, you can see where this crease is. Just lift it straight up. Alright, and then in the corner here, there's another little Phillips. And I'll show you how to get this shift boot off. I'll show you what's holding it on. Alright, so you take that out. And then there's not a screw on this side, but there's a little clip. So you'll just have to pull up on the center console to get that. That's a clip. So now you can, that's pretty much the removal of the center. And see, these are held on by these clips. One goes in there, and the other one goes right here on this. That's what's holding the shift boot on. Looks like this has got some wires in it for the USB and stuff like that. You can just kind of get that out of the way. Alright, next is going to be this shifter bezel. And you can see there's some little holes right here. So take your little flathead, stick it right in there. You can just pry this up from the bottom just a little bit. Just be careful so you're not marking your plastic up. And that just pulls off. Try and pull straight back. Remove your shift knob. If you put that in fourth gear, it makes this a lot easier to get out. I actually have not taken this all the way off the shift boot, so I'm not quite sure. Alright, I guess you can just pull it straight up and off. That works. Alright. Next is going to be this stereo bezel. So I'm going to use this little plastic piece I have here. Plastic will help from marking it up. So you want to go along this top seam up here. Alright, see how I shoved that down in there? And now you can pry it away just a little bit. Go ahead and do it all the way around the top. Alright, that's pretty loose. There we go. It's real snug on there, so just pull straight off. And there's 3 wires that you have to disconnect. There's a wire for the hazards, there's a wire for the multi-function display, and there's a wire, if you have the automatic controls, not the manual, then there's a wire right back here. You could just use a little screwdriver. Get back there and press the clip. Sorry, it's a little difficult to see. And then this clip you can get with your hand. Alright, that's that. So as you can see, most of the center is all taken apart. Now for your glove box. So lower your glove box. This little lever right here, this is what's holding your glove box from going down any further. So you're going to want to remove this. It's just this little piece you can kind of press in and get off of there. So it just comes off real easy. Like that. And then you got to press the side of your glove box in, and you can see that it comes down there. You have to do that on both sides at the same time. So if you press in on the glove box, see, this is the part. So you're pressing this plastic here and it's pushing it in, and then it just pulls straight off. And now this is where you change your air cabin filter and stuff like that. You can also take off this entire piece around here. It makes it a lot easier to work back there. It's just screws all around here. I took this off so I could run my speaker wire. You can see my speaker wire is right there. That blue wire, just barely see it. It's routed pretty nicely. You can see my remote wire and stuff for my amp are right there, and then those go into the carpet under. That's where my amp is. My amp is under there. Alright, what else? You can remove this trim if you wanted to wrap it or something. So first take this piece off. Press from the inside. Makes it really easy. So what you're doing is you're pressing on this clip right here. Go from the inside, and you can see my finger right there. That's me pressing the clip to get this piece off. And then once you have that off, you can press this piece up, go through this hole here, and press up to get it started. And then you can take your little screwdriver and just slowly pry this up. You can see there's white clips under there. You get under the white clip, pry one up. All right, that's how I got that piece off. And you can see I didn't make any marks on there. Just take your time and you can get it off without breaking anything. And there's another screw there to get this piece off if you wanted to pull that all the way off. You can also pull these side markers off. I'm not going to do it. But there's a screw here, and then they separate in the middle. As you can see, they're clipped right there. This little clip holding them apart. So when you undo these and you're pulling these apart, make sure they're going to come apart in two pieces, one on this side, one on this side. It's like there's another screw there. You can see the stereo is held in by these screws on the side and these plates down here. That's all factory. All I did was add this surround to make it fit nice in the double din. Show you how to take the back seat out. Alright, the back seat is really, really easy. There's a pull thing right in the center of the outside seat. So just reach in there and you can feel it. Pull that and it lifts right up. Do the same thing for the other side. And then lift the seats up and out. So you can see, here's the pull tab. So when you're under there, you're doing that to it. And then just releasing it. This is kind of the same thing as previous years. You got the fuel tank there. I'm sorry, the fuel filter, fuel pump and fuel filter and stuff. Routing speaker wires. You can remove this panel, and run the speaker wires all the way up. And mine are ran nice up through there so you can barely see them. To put this seat back on, you got to put these rear clips right here on each side. So put your seat belts in there. And then make sure you get that rear clip in there. You can feel that it's holding it in. Alright. And then press down and these will lock back in there. That's it. To remove your seat, just 4 bolts, 2 there, and then 2 in the rear behind some plastic pieces. And that's pretty much it.